Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm Dr. Cush. We are here tonight for more experimenting. Yay! We love an experiment here at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. After all, I have been experimenting about whether I can actually call myself doctor and get away with it for many years. So that experiment continues. We're still working on ice. We're still going to find the best way to do ice. I see some people in the chat are experiencing a little bit of experimenting. An experiment experience with some fat washing. Probably means that we should get back into some fat washing here soon. But today we are going to experiment with my biggest fear. Terrifying. Not what I want to be doing almost ever. I you know, there's a great Mitch Hedberg joke. Anybody know Mitch Hedberg? He's a great comedian. Was a great comedian, and he said, you know, when you're a stand-up, all these people always come to you and they say, you can tell a joke. Can you like write a sketch? Can you like write us a movie? Do you want to, you know, write for the Tonight Show? It's kind of like walking up to a cook and saying, you're a great cook. Can you farm? Same arena, still just bringing in stuff. Anyway, my biggest disappointment in life, I feel like, is that I've never really mastered mocktails. So we are going to try. We have been called upon by friend of the show, Cruz, to do some mocktails for a party of his coming up. And I figured, why not? If we can experiment on the show, let's experiment on the show. Otherwise, I'm just in here making drinks to myself. I will be honest, I do talk exactly the same amount when I'm in here just by myself, as opposed to when you guys are here. So no big difference, except I turn the cameras on. So welcome everybody that is watching us over on YouTube. That is the majority of you. But if you're watching us over on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, or Kick, you guys can comment and I will be able to put your comments up very similar to the way I do this. A very happy Fat Tuesday to everybody. Happy Tiki Tuesday to Bon Bon. Happy Fat Tuesday to Sean. I do not celebrate. I feel like most of my days are kind of fat days, so I'm just going to keep right on, just assuming we're all having fun with the fat. Yes, we had a little Fat Tuesday celebration over here with Bon Bon. Yeah, this is where we start getting into a little bit of, we talk about the Tom and Jerry. Who doesn't love a Tom and Jerry? A little hot butter rum, and this is where we start getting into coconut fat washing. Yeah, we're gonna get it. Let's plan on some fat washing here soon. We can see if we can find better ways to do it. We'll keep experimenting with our experiences and experiencing immediately afterwards our experiments and go from there. Here's Amy Beer. Happy Mardi Gras to you as well. Kyle Tender. Oh, I didn't even begin to start the what do you call that thing? Soundboard. We'll have to get that going here in a minute. Low Carb Cocktail Guy is here. What's up, Low Carb Cocktail Guy? Good to see you. Low Carb Cocktail Guy, I imagine, knee deep in, I don't know much about the holiday. Fat? Is that, I mean, are they just everybody throwing fat at you? Here's Abry. Abry is allowed behind the bar. So, first of all, Bon Bon is also allowed behind the bar. Bon Bon and Abry and Keith, all allowed to hang out behind the bar at any point that you guys want. I don't know exactly how that's going to work. It may look big on camera. It also, to be honest, I am skewed. I don't know what it looks like, but it's very tiny. It's a teeny tiny little bar. Let me say hello to DCW Clark, winner of the 2023 Cush Tucky Derby, is here. Roger G. I believe just became a local at the show. Good to see you. Here is Kyle's lawyer, Kim K. Yeah, and Low Carb Cocktail Guy is saying, yeah, pretty much. just full of fat. So Paul is saying non-alcoholic. No, thank you. I understand that sentiment, Paul. I also am not non-alcoholic drinks. That seems like just a big waste of calories. But then when you think about it, you know, it's not like when you add alcohol, the calories go away. There's just a lot of calories going through here. So we are going to make it non-alcoholic. We will immediately then, as soon as we're done, because I want to drink. We will then make it immediately alcoholic. But I do have to get this one right first, and then we'll add alcohol to it afterwards. So that's what we're doing. We're making a cocktail called the Missionary's Downfall. I figured in a format that is non-alcoholic. There were a lot of big flavors in here. I think that's the point of mocktails. I just never got into mocktails. It seemed pointless to me. If I was gonna have a fruit smoothie, put a little rum in there, call it a tiki drink, and let's keep going. But that means that I have a blind spot, and unfortunately with blind spots, we do have to adjust our mirrors a little bit so that we can see that we aren't going to be going crashing and veering into some sort of Humvee, get knocked over. So that's what we're doing. We're making a non-alcoholic version of the Missionary's Downfall, a Donn Beach cocktail from the latest 1940. That's the first time we started to see this on any kind of Donn Beach menus and whatnot. But it could have been from as early as 1937, maybe 1934. He could have been mixing this thing up in 1912. Who knows what Don the Beach as a 5-year-old was doing? It could have been all kinds of doing all kinds of fun stuff. But we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna read you guys the actual recipe so that you guys, if you don't want to play along, you don't have to play along. This is not always a group game. We can have our individual experiences. It is 1 ounce of white rum. So basically non-alcoholic to start with. One ounce of white rum? What are we doing there? Put that on cereal. 1 ounce of honey mix. Honey mix, I can only assume, is 2-to-1 honey. We're going to be using actual honey from a bear, not in honey syrup today. So we'll just cut that in half or cut that in 2/3. Some peach brandy. Run into a problem real quick. Peach brandy, turns out, is brandy. I mean, I know it's in the name, but it is alcoholic, and this is a completely non-alcoholic cocktail. So we had to find a new way to do that. I'll tell you what I did. Some lime juice. We are going with Dougie G's suggestion that perhaps it was the air that molded my lime juice, and we are going to drink some lime juice today. That does not have any mold on it. Experiments. Always an experiment. And then crushed mint leaves. This is going to be a party that I'm going to that's or like an event that I'm going to where I will certainly not be able to have any kind of muddling ability. It just seems like it's going to take too long. So and I won't have a blender either. So instead, I made this guy. This is just some. Oh gosh, it looks much darker than it really is. Maybe I'll move that. Oh, a little better. This is just mint tea syrup, not minty syrup. Minty syrup, but mint tea syrup. Paul, already missing what the whole point of this experiment is. Can I suggest Bartender instead of honey? You certainly can. This is supposed to be a non-alcoholic drink, so that's already. If we had to switch out the peach brandy because there was brandy in there, then of course we don't want to switch one back out. This is going to be taking place at a massage parlor, and those are notoriously on the up and up. Okay, let's get into it. If we're going to follow this recipe, this is one of Donn's recipes. We're going to start off over here. I want to pour some honey in first. It's calling for 1 ounce of honey. Oh, let me say hello to Moose. Hello, Moose. Moose. Okay. Start off with some honey. Just listen, a little clover honey. Squeeze a little bear. Tickle his little belly. Get his honey out. Have we ever figured, other than cartoons, whether or not bears actually do eat honey? Did cartoons create that? Like cartoons created like people floating on pie smell? That's obviously not true, but you know the feeling. Do bears eat honey? Or is it just because some dork somewhere made a plastic little bear. I was like, what do we put in here? And the honey guy next door was like, ooh, I have an idea. And they got together and hung out. We're gonna go ahead and put in 2/3 of an ounce of some honey. All right, so we're gonna just really pour this in. This seems like a lot of honey. There we go. Just sit here for a while. Let that drip. Close up. Oh yeah, look at that. Still dripping. Still dripping. She who shall not be named says, yes, bears eat honey. Who shall not be named? Voldemort? Who shall not be named? I don't know who that person is. Okay. Maybe name them once, and then I will remember that I can't talk about them again. We're going to get into our peach. I'm going to go with peach preserves. Could have gone a few different ways. Oh, Alexa. Oh, I see. Because if you say that name, then she comes alive. We're going to go with peach preserves. Thought about it for a while. Obviously, we want a big peach flavor, but we don't want sugared peaches. A lot of the stuff I'm putting in here is going to be a lot of very sweet things. So we're going to go with peach preserves. They retain some of that peachiness with some sugar, but it's not like canned peaches, the syrup from there. That seems outrageous. It isn't peach simple syrup. I don't feel like we get all the peach flavor from that. So we're going preserves. I think that's... is it the way to go? It's an experiment. We're going to figure it out. I'm just going to put in one bar spoonful. Alaska Fish and Game agrees about bears and honey. So bears do eat honey. It's a fun little thing to learn. How about this much? It seem like too much? Maybe too much. We're going to do like one non-heaping bar spoon of some peach preserves. You want to switch out peach preserves for raspberry preserves, strawberry preserves? That's great. You're not making this cocktail anymore. The peach is a pretty big part of this cocktail, but I imagine it's pretty good. We're going to drop this in here. There we go. Now we put these in an order. I've been told that I should stop licking my spoon, so no matter how much I want to, I will not lick that spoon. We're putting these in a pretty specific order because the next ingredient we're going to be putting in here is going to help break up. It's fine. It's fine. Not a big deal. Thought something broke. We're going to be putting in our citrus next. The citrus is, of course, citric. How does it become so citrusy? It's got acid in it. Citric acid, some malic acid. I'm sure that there are other acids in here. Any of you lime psychologists will probably be able to tell me exactly which citruses they have in here. But we're going to go ahead and put in our lime juice, and then we're going to give it a little stir. 3/4 of an ounce of some lime juice. There we go. We had a little honey left over in there, and the citric acid helped break that up. Otherwise, nobody ever gets mad at me for licking the inside of the jigger. They only ever get mad at me if I lick the spoon. So we have that in here. We are going to take our spoon now and give this a big stir. Let's bring in stir cam real quick. I think, and this is just a theory that I'm working on right now, experiencing the experiment. I think that I'm probably going to make a mixture of these 3 things before I get to the event. That way I'm not doing this for every cocktail. I don't know how popular this cocktail is going to be. Hopefully people will like it. But if only one person orders it and I made a whole mixture, that seems silly. But if 1,000 people order it, then I am I'm in some trouble. Tim Wallace over on Instagram. Are most non-alcoholic tiki drinks model off the Remora? I should not have answered that question. I do not know what the remora is, and I probably should have. I probably should. Seems like something I should probably know about, but I don't. Okay, we have a pretty interesting base. We have a little bit more sweet than sour, and thus we are going to have to add other big flavors into this to sort of round out this whole cocktail. One of those is going to be pineapple. I fresh squeezed a pineapple today. I don't always do that. In fact, let's just say I almost never do that. And I did happen to find, because pineapples right now are not in season, that I have a particularly sour pineapple. I like that. I think that's going to go well in this cocktail. For especially if you are doing a non-alcoholic situation, every single one of your ingredients has to come in big. If you want to do this non-alcoholically, get a fresh squeezed pineapple juice. Find somewhere to do it. You want to go to Erewhon, pay $400 for it, mortgage your house, get us a little bit of fresh squeezed pineapple. That's great. I wouldn't recommend, especially in these cocktails where the non-alcohol is the most important part, I would not recommend that you get any dole or anything. So normally the notion that we have here, fresh if you can, canned if you can't. Fresh only on this one. Sorry about that, guys. The original recipe calls for a 1/4 cup of pineapple juice, chunks, blended. So if we know how much is in a cup, it's going to be 8 ounces. And a 1/4 of that cup would be 2 ounces. I think I got that right. 2 ounces. I think we got to stick pretty close to that for our pineapple juice. Now, again, sour pineapple juice. So I'm going to start with 1.5 ounces of pineapple juice. That's 1 ounce. And that's 1/2 ounce. Doing great. This is where I fall into weird traps with making cocktails that are non-alcoholic. I don't know what the base should ever be. I never really got into the seed lip, the rituals. For something about them doesn't do right by me. I just don't care for them. I want to. I have books about them. I have recipes that include them. I understand that they are important somewhere. I don't care for them. They should never, ever come giving me money because they want me to talk about them. Because I just, until somebody explains it to me, I will not understand it. So I just do the first part of making any kind of alcohol. And we start over here with tea. That's the first part of making any of these alcohols, is making a tea. You put in something that will seep out its essence into some water. I have to assume that that's technically, I don't know. I do have them in the bar. Sorry to ritual and whatnot. A tea is, I should have looked this up. It's just flavored water, right? I mean, it's just taking some sort of herb, some sort of grain, some sort of anything, some sort of berry, some sort of something, and steeping it into some water. And thus, you get a flavored water, sometimes hot, sometimes much better, iced. Everybody loves iced tea better than hot tea. Stop it if you don't. Delicious. I just made some, this is just peppermint tea, but I did make it. And I did make it equal parts sugar and tea. Smells delicious. Hopefully we have enough sour in here to get us through what we need to do. How much mint do we have to put in here? I don't have this cocktail memorized. 3/4 of a cup. Oh, no, that's crushed ice. 1/4 cup of mint leaves. That's another 2 ounces of like mintiness that we need. Seems like too much. Let's do 1 ounce first, see what we got. Is somebody writing this down? I'll watch it again. 1 ounce of some Moroccan mint tea, simple syrup. You know what I should have done? I just had one of those aha moments. Oh, I think it doesn't work. I just had one of those things. Maybe instead of doing sugar inside of my Moroccan mint tea simple syrup, I should do Moroccan mint tea honey syrup. I think that'll work. Because then it's a little less mint too. 2 parts tea, 2 parts honey, 1 part tea. That should give me, as long as I make a strong enough tea, that should give me that. Because I don't know if you guys have been looking at this, looking at me look at this thing, but that's all just honey, just sitting in there. Just all like, just honey. Honey and mint. Both of those, we call them the glitter of the bar world. Once you get those on any of your tools, might as well throw them out. Those are just your honey and your mint tools there. Thank you. Good. Okay, perfect. We like that plan. We're going to try and do that. Kyle is actually asking for us to bring in the bears, though. So, I don't know. Oh, the greens are here. Whew. I was nervous. Didn't know what the bear. We didn't know what the greens were up to. Howdy to everybody. Okay. Initial smell. Funny enough, mostly honey. I got that sour pineapple in here. Not smelling a lot of mint. But in the Missionary's Downfall, the original one, there wasn't a lot of mint, right? I mean, in the Missionary's Downfall, a bad Missionary's Downfall tastes a lot like mint. A good Missionary's Downfall, you're really just getting sort of the bouquet right at the top. That's my thought on it. Yeah. Who cares what your thought is, Cush? Make the darn drink. Okay. We're going to go ahead and put in a little bit of ice right here. Now, there's no alcohol in this. I'm just now realizing that. There's no alcohol in this. So shaking this thing might not be the way to go. Let's see. When you obviously when you shake a cocktail that has no alcohol, the freezing point is lower. So if we shake this, a lot of this is just going to get frozen in here. Sometimes you run into a situation where if you freeze with a bunch of like whiffin cubes or the half moons, a lot of it becomes sort of slush, and it doesn't really like come out of the hawthorn very well. So we're going to use a big one, a big cube. Hopefully, can I be honest? I'm not always positive of what Bootopia is saying, but for this one, I know exactly what he's saying. Little bouquet. Little bouquet. I don't think he's talking about photography though. I think that's called bokeh. All right. Ooh. The shake has done something to this cocktail. The shake has really sort of woken up the spirit of the mint. What did I just say? I literally just said a bad Missionary's Downfall is really minty. Uh-oh. What have I done? All right, let's we'll put this over fresh ice. Drop that. There we go. Fresh ice. I suppose we probably give that a second to temper. Otherwise, when we pour it in here, it'll start cracking. Give this another little shake. A little extra water never hurts this. Alcohol sometimes thins out a drink. Yeah, I mean, this thing is... Let's get a... Can we get drip cam going in here? Look at those drips. Bloop, 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 bloop. Seems like a lot. I haven't tasted it yet. Let's find out how we did. Pour this guy right on top of our ice. Got a little extra pineapple foam there on top. Sometimes not the greatest look, but when you're doing pineapple stuff, I always love when that happens. I would decorate this with mint, but If you followed me long enough, you know my issues with mint. Unable, and also somewhat unwilling to grow mint on my own. So instead, the other big flavor in here is going to be pineapple. So we'll just throw a little pineapple right in here. Oh, we should have stamped it. We didn't. We didn't stamp the cocktail or the thing. This right here, guys. In theory, we followed along with how to make a missionary's downfall. I thought you were growing it outside. Let me be very honest with you, Bon Bon. We're talking about mint. I also thought I was growing mint outside. I had a very, very real belief that I was absolutely outside of this bar growing mint. I really thought I was. I watered it, sang to it. I hear that plants love Metallica. Kyle thinks it's thriving. Is it, Kyle? Is it thriving? It's looking, let's say, a little sickly. It's looking a little stringy, and it's starting to smell, not like mint. So there we go. You know what you could use? What this drink could use? A little rum. Yes, it could. We got to drink. We got to drink it first, though. This is what. This is the drink that I am presenting. I'm presenting it tomorrow. I have a whole new. Cocktail I have to do after this one, where I have to kind of come up with a whole new situation. But we'll see. I think it looks nice. I think that the cocktail foam, sorry, the pineapple foam on top of the cocktail gives it like a tropical looking vibe. I do notice that there is just a little bit of preserves right there on top. I'm not allowed to use it. Listen, you're talking about the mint? I'm not allowed to use the mint anymore, Kyle? Don't threaten me with a good time, buddy. I don't want to use your mint anyway. Cheers. I think we got something. I'm going to go back in. I'm going to find the preserves. Oh, they're there. Yeah, I think it's all there. I could use a second opinion if Kyle, if you got a second, I'd love to. Oh, Remora is orange. Yes. Earlier in the show, Tim Wallace asked, are most tiki mocktails based on the Remora? Is orange juice, mango juice, grenadine, and coconut milk? I would assume that that's probably the most famous of all of them. This is Kyle. This is it without any alcohol in it. First of all, give it a judge on how it looks. Looks beautiful. Yeah, Kyle is making faces at it. Kyle never understands where the camera starts, so he is always doing something goofier than what you see on camera. At AZT Key Oasis, do you all do the dinner? I will have 5 events that I'm doing that week, so I will probably not be doing the dinner. But Kyle looks like he just got his eyebrows done. Okay. Yeah, great. Sorry. Did you rate it? Hard to see. Oh, punching. Oh, good. Oh, that's a glove. Okay, great. Perfect. Love that. Perfect. You in? You think it's a good one? Cool. I promise you guys that if we made this drink, we'd put alcohol in it. Did I promise you guys? Or did I promise myself that if I did create a successful cocktail that I would put alcohol in it? Calls for 2 ounces. We of course love our good friend, the Apostle of Tiki. We're gonna do a Tiki pour, or sorry, an Apostle pour. We're gonna go ahead and put in. We're gonna put in the full 2 ounces. There we go. Afterwards, right in there. right in there. Looks a little fuller. It has this accidental 2-layer effect now. That's not what we want. So we do want to give this a little bit of a stir here. Take this out. Maybe drip into the thing. With the addition of the stirring and the alcohol, we've sort of lost that good pineapple foam. That's a bummer. We want that pineapple foam on there. But still looks pretty good. Still got a... I mean... kind of pea colored. I feel like the difference between pea colored and pineapple colored, I think we have to sort of, we have to just as adults, we have to come to some sort of conclave and decide whether or not pineapple color is pea color. I feel like this is pineapple color and not pea color, so I'm going to enjoy it and not worry about this being some sort of rogue sample. Cheers. Oh, much better. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, a little alcohol. You know, I was told recently that I should be saying on my show more, please drink responsibly. So I will tell you, please drink responsibly. That being said, this drink is better with alcohol in it. I think you can probably, I mean, if you switch out the rum, you're kind of switching up the whole drink. So, you know, if you want to put in a dark rum, that's great. I think that would be delicious. But you will have a different drink. We're looking for a light rum. You want to go something like the Probitas or Probitas, something like that. I think you'll be in pretty good company. But just regular old Bacardi seems good. Kyle has added a brand new rating to this, which is a glove punch. Glove punch. It's going to be what Kyle is recommending this thing be. Okay. Oh, Cocktail Lulu has an answer for you, Amy Beer. Yes, Glamorama dinner on Friday is awesome. Here's our good friend Cyrus. Cyrus, bad news. I did not. Oh, you know what? Maybe it'll work now. I know that all of you tune into the show for different reasons. I know why Cyrus turns into the show. So hopefully we can make that happen.
Tiki, 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 taka, 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 nueve, ratatata.
And a... There we go. Cool. That's okay. I think we did it. I was nervous. I think that it is complex enough. I was nervous about having so much of the mint, like the mint simple syrup. Mint simple syrup can be big time. I do think that the mint simple syrup in here certainly makes a difference. It does make it a mintier cocktail. Until I put the rum into it, it was the overarching flavor. Now the mint really just sort of sits pretty well in here. It tastes like just a way, way more fun version of the mojito. I mean, like I'm saying, like leagues better version of the mojito. I will probably have another one of these. Very nice. But I'll also remember, and I'll meet you up here for it. Drink responsibly. Cool? All right, drink responsibly. That's what I got for you guys. Thank you so much for showing up to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks, where on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do one drink. But on Saturdays, oh my gosh, sometimes we do 3. Sometimes we just do 1. But a lot of... oh, just spotted Mini Cush? Mini Cush has been there for weeks. Weeks and weeks. Go back and watch. He's been sitting there for a long, long time. Yes, we do classes here Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Saturdays is the big show where I have a little extra time to prepare because I don't do much on Saturdays other than prepare for the show. So we'll usually do a theme. But Tuesdays is Tiki Tuesdays. Thursday, we are back. I am trying my very best right now to get back onto an editing schedule. I am not great at my editing schedules, but I am trying to get to it because I did have somebody named Kelly online yell at me recently saying that I believe they said, sweet bejeebus, you rattled on for a long time. And I do. I won't lie. This is a live show. If you guys are showing up for the live show, I want to give you the whole thing. but I think there are people like Kelly in the world that do need this show to be a little faster. So I'm not going to do that to you guys, obviously, on the live shows. We're not going to do 10-minute live shows. We are instead going to be doing 30-something minute live shows, and then I will cut some of those down, which leads me to say that we will be doing a behind Thur scenes on Thursday. I don't know what we're going to do it on, but we're going to do it on something that needs to be talked about. What that thing is, I will know probably Thursday at about 4:00 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you, Moose. Moose says the show can't be long enough. Moose also wakes up at 3 a.m. for this show, so I feel like if you're gonna wake up, it should be long. And Bon Bon likes the rattle. I believe it's prattle. I believe I prattle on. I don't know where this person's from. Yeah, how else can we chat? Exactly. Yeah, guys, the format of the show is locked in. We're doing 30 minutes. 38 minutes. Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for tuning into Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. We'll be back here on Thursday so that we can all hang out again. I will do some behind the scenes, and we will make something, and we will make sure that we get a really well-shot situation so that I can edit it later. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. And until Thursday, what do we always say? Yippee! And if we know a guy named Bill, we say... Oh, God, Bill! All right, guys. Till next time.
We talk in Tucson, Arizona.
Bye! Are you Dr. Jinga Janga? Cause of and solution to all of life's problems.